What's up, Chiggles fam? And today we will talk about new rumors, new speculations, and new thoughts on what updates will be coming to the Bloxburg map. Now, Bloxburg have confirmed many things for the new map, including new shops, a new school, new locations, and new job locations. Now, to start off with the new shops, we have been guaranteed that a flower shop is coming to the Bloxburg map. The way we have been told this, and I did also make an upload on it if you haven't watched that already, is by a poll. They put out a poll asking us what we would like to see next, and we got to vote on it on their X account. Now, they put out a laundromat, cosmetic shop, a flower shop, and a dance studio. Now, the flower shop ended up winning in a landslide, and I made a video about where that might go, so remember, go watch that if you haven't. But more or less that tells us in the next couple updates we might see a flower shop being added to the map. Now, for our new school, many of you know, and if you haven't realized somehow, up here behind the Bloxburg City Hall there is a new school being added called Bloxburg High. Now, if we don't know if this is the official name, but it will be opening in fall 2025. Now, that might not be the season for you, so go check what season it is for you, because it will not probably be fall. Now, this school we will talk about later, and we will talk about what features that it could bring. Now, as you might know, the Green Clean services is at the school, meaning Green Clean will be inside the school. Now, going on to our next thing is new locations. Now, Bloxburg stated that most of the blank buildings will be filled with either an interactive job or a role-playing feature. Now, we will get into this in a later point into the video, so let's get into that now. Now, there are many buildings which are kind of obvious for what they're going to be used for, but we're going to go over some main buildings which haven't been built in yet, like the one you see right in front of me. We're going to talk about what we think will go there and what could possibly realistically go there. Now, let's start off next to the Bloxburg Theatre with this nice building here. Now, many people online, and I personally think this will be some sort of maybe bank, prison, police station, maybe even a fire station if they add a garage door. Now, personally to me this looks like a bank, and I think this would be the perfect spot for a bank because it's main central Bloxburg City, and it really has that bank vibe to it. Now, on to the next store. Everyone, including me, reckons this is going to be the flower shop because just look at it. It's the only green shop in town with a green roof, a second green roof there, and green doors. So I reckon that will be the flower shop. Now, going over here, this place here is where I reckon the dance studio will be. This one here with the ledge. Now, I reckon this is the perfect dance studio because it has that modern feel to it. Now, going over here is where I think a cafe will be. I think this would be Main Central City Cafe, and they could come out with some really cool ideas for names. Going over to the right here, and this is going into mass speculation now, this is where I think an adoption shop could be if they ever add pets, because that will be one of the biggest points in the game, and it's literally the biggest building in the game. Now, coming over here, this building here I reckon could be apartments in the future. They have stated that they would like to add apartments, but they are finding difficulties with it, and I feel like that would be a perfect apartment building alongside with this building over here in the distance that I'm driving to. The reason why this building right here, I think, might be an apartment building is because on the trailer you can see a bunch of people partying on top of it, showing that it could be an apartment complex and you can go to the very top. Now coming over here, this shop over here looks like an ice cream parlor. Many people have wanted more ice cream shops for roleplay reasons, and I reckon that is one of the ice cream shops which could be added. Over here looks like a cosmetic shop to me. Put your comments down below if you think that looks like a cosmetic shop to you. Now going down the road, we're going to our next location, which is quite an interesting one. If you go down to the right here, there is a building here which looks a lot like a post office, and maybe that could come with a post office job when you have to mail it to the right people. Now this could also be a cafe, people say, because it has this outside maybe dining area. But personally, I think these buildings over here will be where the apartments will be, if there are any, because there's literally a parking spot right here for people which have apartments, because I don't think you're going to have a garage, so you're going to have to spawn your car down there. Now this building to me looks like a really nice restaurant, maybe with a rooftop bar area. Now you could say this looks like this and this looks like this, but in the end it is just speculation. Now like I said, some of the shops that I mentioned will be coming in the future, but where they are going is true speculation. And for all we can know, some of these buildings could completely change the design. That I think will be a bank, for example. They could just make this a supermarket and completely change the design, but we don't know, and that's why it's speculation. Before we move on, and no, this is not a paid promotion, this is Chiggles Studios, my very own group where you can join my events, join my servers, join my Bloxburg community, and maybe even be in a video, and you can buy cool merchandise to support their brand. Now, as many of you know, a Bloxburg High School is coming to the map, and I'm very excited to see how they do it. Now, if you go behind the Bloxburg City Hall, you can see the early construction getting started. Now, to me it looks like a demolished building, but you can judge it, put it in the comments. Now, we know that this is coming with new jobs, new interactive events, and new role-playing features. Now, the Bloxburg High School is coming in 2025, with it stating right on the fence of the build site. Now, we can expect many things with this build, but as you can see, Green Clean Janitor Services is outside the school, making us think that Green Clean will find a home inside the school as maybe the cafeteria cleaner or the school cleaner in general. Now we can also reckon that there will be maybe a teaching job where you could mark grades and teach students to earn money. Now I also reckon there will be some interactive events, so if you select a kid in the customization tab, you'll be able to go to school and learn, because there is a skill which is writing and intelligence that I think the school could push. So if you go to school, you get writing and intelligence up. Now this could come with many interactive events, like getting high grades, you get like a trophy. Now we don't know much about it, all we know is that it will be coming this year. As you can see that the trucks are all coloured red, which makes me think that the school will be red. Now that's just speculation, but it is a good thought because the Bloxburg City Hall is also red. But that's all just speculation of the colour. But we do know that it is coming, which is very exciting, as we've been begging for it for years. Now, boats and yachts in the game is pure speculation, but I really think it could be added to the game a part of a fishing job. Now, I think you should be able to buy boats at a different type of mic motors at the dock. Now, there is 2 docks in this game, one here and one all the way down at the lighthouse. Now, as we know, 340 Bloxburg, but as you know, the fishing building is at the pier. Now, the fishing building is long overdue for an update with the job UI. Now, I reckon that the job could involve boats, as you get a boat which can go further out to sea. The further out you are to sea, the more rare and expensive fish you catch. Now, you catch these fish and you give them to the guy and get money. Now, that is pure speculation. There is nothing to back that up. But the map is designed for boats and yachts, as we can see. Over at Sunset Point, we can see that this is a drawbridge over here, which could tell us boats could go through here, and Sunset Point could be a yacht town. That would hint why it's so small, because they need to add more docks. Now, I also think that we will not get yachts, but small miniature boats, as yachts would take a lot of lag and a long time to load. Now, I reckon boats and yachts would be added in the far future if they were to be added, and I think they will be a great addition to the fishing job. Now, as many of you know, we want it, but will we get it? That's the question. Now, as many of you know, many buildings still need a much needed renovation. We're going to start off by talking about the BFF supermarket, which is the building which needs the renovation the most. It is such a old design, very basic and minor detail, as in there's no detail at all. And I think that is the first building that they should think about renovating. Quick tip, if you guys didn't know, stairs are now technically ramps, you can drive down them. Our next renovation spot is the gas station. Now, the gas station obviously needs a renovation. It's more or less just like the supermarket, and you can even see the concrete through the doors. This isn't even at the right height, and that's something they need to fix, and I think they're going to fix that when they renovate it, and I think I can almost guarantee they're going to renovate the 2 buildings that we've been to. Now, some people reckon that they should renovate Pizza Planet, but I personally recommend that they should keep Pizza Planet the original state that it is, because then it's just, nostalgic. It gives us the OG feel of the map, and it's just a nice reminder of the old map. Now, I also reckon the pier should be renovated, and the Ferris wheel should be too, because I think it's just, like the rest of the things, a little old, a little blocky. And like I was talking before in the fish and boat section, that the fishing place should get renovated too. Now, I don't think really anything else needs renovations, but the stylies a little bit should be. I know that exterior got an update, as you can tell, but the interior to me still needs a little update, and it needs a door back there. But to me, that's all which really needs to be renovated, and I think we just need new things pumping in as well as renovations happening, because we don't want to be stuck in the same boring map with the same boring jobs. We want new jobs, and I think that will drive the player count up. Now, if you watched my Easter eggs video, you would know that there is a massive empty area in Greenfield Plains. Now, I reckon this area should be used for a hardware area. And what I mean by hardware area is the much requested IKEA much requested Home Depot in kind of a tradey type of area. Now I think in the Home Depot you could have cool supplies that you can get in build mode. And I think in the IKEA you could get furniture for maybe 10% off instead of getting it in build mode. And maybe there could be some exclusive IKEA type furniture. Now obviously they can't call it IKEA because that is trademarked and they could get in some legal trouble. But they could find their own name like Bloxco or something. And I think it would be a really nice touch. So it forces people to go get that 10% off discounted furniture, go travel the world. But I think could also have a type of job with it. What I mean job is a trucking job when you truck around the whole map delivering goods. Say there is a trucking port over here where you put the pallets into your truck and you go, say, deliver cheese to the pizza place. You deliver patties to the burger place. You deliver groceries to the grocery market / BFF. And I think that could be a really good job to get people traveling around the map. And maybe you could even bring some stuff to the observatory, the campsite, and maybe new future locations. Maybe bring in some trees to the flower shop. I don't know if they'll sell trees, but it's a good idea, and I think they should really think about adding that. This video took a while to make, so consider liking or subscribing to help my channel grow. That's it for me today, and that's all for my theories. So, Chigs out.